Good evening, wrestling fans, from the world-famous AWL Arena in Tokyo, Japan. This is the Animated Wrestling League, episode 343. The challenge has been issued, the gauntlet laid down, and we of the Animated Wrestling League have accepted the challenge. Ganba Hisshi Dark, the leader of the forces of the pit.
The following contest is a non-title match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Hisshi from the pit.
This past weekend on awlwrestling.blogspot.com or awlwrestling.blogspot.jp if you prefer, the demon Hisshi, who you see clad in the white loincloth in the back there, laid down the challenge. 5 matches over the course of this week, all featuring minions of the pit. Evil versus good, darkness versus light, Ganba Hisshi Dark versus the AWL Grand Champion to kick it off at the highest of high-level professional wrestling competition. The AWL Grand Championship not on the line tonight, but here he comes.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, he is the reigning Animated Wrestling League Grand Champion, the most Canadian man in the world,
He has maple syrup in his veins, and he craps poutine. He's the most Canadian man in the world. He comes pre-installed with snow tires. He's the most Canadian man in the world. He is your AWL Grand Champion, strong and free. The most Canadian man in the world. The man who defeated Jigoku Destroy to win the Grand Championship now faces another less than human monster and gets planted mask first into the canvas in the opening Tachiai. Tachiai, a term stolen from sumo wrestling. It means initial attack or standing attack. And now going for a takedown of his own, but no. Got up to a pretty high angle there, but trying it again. Oh, there we go, the atomic drop. Sorry, the man, is it? We're going to call that the Calgary drop from now on. I have no idea if Calgary had anything to do with nuclear weapons. I'm guessing they didn't, but you know what? He's not going to name a move after a city in the United States. Not happening. He may be friends with an American, but there are limits. Hard shots by both competitors. Kid Canada in trouble right now, trying to retake control of the match. Does show with a shoulder tackle, 1 minute in. Standard 10-minute time limit. Everything's going to be standard time limits this week. The only question is, who are the other members of the forces of the pit, the minions of the pit? We know it's going to be Ganba Hisshi Dark right now, obviously. We know that tomorrow, Ganba's Shadows will compete in a tag team match. Fine. We know that Gyokdo, the former Doom Bunny, Gyokdo, has had a long-standing relationship with Issei, so we assume he's going to be wrestling. But that's going to leave 2 matches. Are there new members of the pit? I have one that I suspect, though I dare not speak it. I dare not give it that power. But We're going to have some revelations later this week, Thursday and Friday. We've got two big old X's in the lineup. DDT by the Demon from the pit. Every time he's defeated, every time he loses a big match, he seems to only get bigger, stronger, and less human. Look at that thing in the ring. I promise you that used to be a human being. Canadian Destroyer! And immediately Hisshi sees the problem here, making some noise to distract the referee. Kid Canada not wasting time on a count that's not happening. Setting his opponent up, thinking Canadian Crunch. Can he hit it? Yes, he does! Canadian Crunch. He's Satsuwaza, the Canadian Crunch, for the 1, 2. He had him with the Canadian Destroyer. And now, Kid Canada realizing exactly what's going on here. Goes behind, tries to avoid the spin kick, does not. Shots on the rope. Oh no, now what? Oh! This is not going to be good. Ganba gonna fly! Tope con hero! Leaping across the river Styx to do more damage to Kid Canada. Notice how Hisshi taking a back step here. Referee begins the 20 count, doesn't get very far as both competitors return to the AWL 20 by 20 foot ring. This is where this needs to be fought, this battle of good and evil, light and dark. And Kid Canada barely resisting right now. He's going to have to start visibly defending himself, or he's going to risk a technical knockout. Senior official Joey Bobby Ganoush from the famous Bobby Ganoush wrestling family with a 1, 2. Joey will favor the health and safety of the wrestlers. He will stop the match if he feels one wrestler cannot continue. Oh no. Powerbomb position. We've seen this before. Oh! Sit out. Powerbomb. And he may be looking. He may be thinking wings of the devil. I think he is. And Kid Canada not going to allow that. Knee to the face. Kid Canada, the true north, strong and free. Can he remain free of the dark influence of Ganba Hisshi Dark? And go behind, up, down, full rotation on the backdrop. I've seen Ganba use that.
Open kick on. 5 minutes. 5 minutes past.
Halfway through the time limit, I've seen Ganba use some of these moves for more than 10 years now. Back when he used to be the #1 Japanese babyface in the company. Wait a minute, no, not going for the wings of the devil. Side effect. Tries to convert it into a cover. 1, 2, 3, sending the message, I do not need my finishing move to defeat you, Grand Champion.
Here is your winner, Ganba!
A non-title victory over the champion that will have ranking implications. But tomorrow, it's Ganba Shadows versus the World's Tag Team Champions, Ashita Mo Suzuku.